Good afternoon. James wrote we need computer help. Great to see you as always. Today's no exception. We're going to talk about onboarding and offboarding team members from your organization in today's video. Let's start with onboarding. So this is obviously a situation where you have brought a new member onto your team and the MSP is going to need to onboard that person. Now, in the case of this new person is replacing a person that is departed, it's pretty simple. We create the accounts, we create the 365 login, the network login, any other logins that we have set up in our process, and the person's on board. It's pretty straightforward. But then there's the alternate situation where they are a new team member or somebody has been absent in that position for some period of time, or it's a different role. Maybe we need to order equipment for that position. In that case, we need to know about this ahead of time. We need to know about this before the person has actually started, so we can quote equipment, procure equipment, install equipment, etc. All of this helps that new person start off in a positive direction. And the thing that's easy to lose sight of is that day when you walked in and started a new opportunity in your life. When that person walks in and that computer is set up, the logins are there, they're ready to go, they're feeling good about it. Obviously, they have a lot of training and learning ahead of them, but they at least have the equipment to be successful in this new venture. We've really helped them start off on a right foot. It's a huge morale builder for that person coming into the organization. To get them started off on that. That becomes a huge morale builder to others in the organization that are excited about this person started or possibly even skeptical about this person started. They're at least seeing them come in, starting off on the right foot from a technology standpoint. And then when that person sits down at that computer, if it's a new computer, if it's new screens, if it's new equipment that's clean, it's nice. It's like getting in, that day that you walk out of the phone store, the Verizon store, the AT&T, or whoever you're with that new phone, like you can't wait to open the box up and get out your new phone and start playing with it. And it's like that for that person. So let's put a process in place to help them be successful right when they get started and have new equipment. With that, let's talk about the offboarding process. It obviously is inevitable. Somebody's going to leave your organization. Somebody's going to be terminated from your organization for whatever reason. The MSP needs to be notified about this timely. Okay? In the case of the person voluntarily leaving the organization, the MSP needs to be notified when you know about it as an organization so that we can set up a deactivation of accounts. We can stay on top of that. In the case of an involuntary termination, it's great for the MSP to be part of your HR process and to know about this ahead of time, particularly if it's a sensitive involuntary termination, so that the MSP is prepared to disable accounts. If need be, disable accounts while the termination is happening. I know that's uncomfortable to talk about, but it is a reality that MSPs should be involved in and do get involved in. In conjunction with that, stay ahead of third-party accounts that the MSP may not have access to. This could be for a SaaS-based software that the MSP is not responsible for supporting. This could be for travel accounts or banking or anything like that we need to have a documented process to make sure those accounts are disabled timely. This all circles back to a security concern. When that person leaves, they still have access to those accounts potentially, and they can still get in and they can cause damage with those accounts. Even if they don't do it, it is an access point into your network with that account open and active when no one needs it to be open and active. Last, no process for this is going to be perfect on offboarding, so periodic review of accounts is wonderful to do to make sure we have the right accounts disabled and the right accounts active and we're 100% correctly. This doesn't have to necessarily be done like every month, but maybe once a quarter, twice a year. But it's an ongoing process that someone in your organization is reviewing the list of active accounts against the list of active staff members in your organization. Staying on top of these two things provides your team with a much more positive experience in your organization, both when they join, throughout their life at your organization, as well as during the offboarding process. Glad to help on this. James Roten, need computer help? Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks so much.